Right guys, welcome back to a brand new video here today and another episode of my F1 2019 modded career mode here today. We are back once again by popular demand for another episode, and we're going to take a break from the online content for at least today anyway, as we arrive here for the French Grand Prix. If you guys missed the last episode at Canada, then go watch the video guys by clicking the link in the top right hand corner of your screen. But today we are here at Paul Ricard. You can see on screen at the minute we have a big chance of rain in qualifying. Looks like it's going to be full wet conditions at least to start things off, and then it's going to kind of gradually dry out a little bit. And in terms of the race, we have no rain expected in that particular session, so we'll keep that in mind in terms of our strategy. And also when it comes to other teams elsewhere, finally we have some movement as McLaren and Mercedes both take a massive step forward and really close up to the top three teams, so things are getting a bit more interesting. Williams still very far down at the bottom there, but nonetheless we are now going to move into qualifying here for the French Grand Prix. And as we saw before, rain is falling here at Paul Ricard, and it's a rare wet qualifying session here today, and hopefully we can still perform at the best of our abilities and the car works well as we get underway for the first part of qualifying. This is going to be my first of 2 runs, I believe. In those 2 runs, I'm going for multiple laps because in the wet conditions, of course, you can go for a lot more attempts. In my first lap, though, I did pick up an invalidation, so we got off to probably the worst possible start as we then cut onto my second lap. So straight after that one, the very next lap, we had a much better second attempt, especially this final sector. I really found a lot of lap time here. And Kvyat currently setting the pace, my teammate in the other Ferrari, as we make our way through the final couple of corners, trying to follow this Red Bull here to the line, going through the final corner, picking up the traction. Easy does it there on the throttle, trying to pick up too much wheel spin, and we are going to run it up to the line, and we improve by pretty much 1.1 seconds, and we jump up to second place, 2.5 tenths behind Kvyat. So we now get our first proper lap time registered on the board. Unfortunately, we then straight away cut turn 1 again, and that attempt was invalidated, but we did find 2 tenths of a second, you can see there, through turns 1 and 2, so I know there's more lap time to find. So I came back to the pit lane, strapped on a fresh set of tyres, and I went for another lap, and once again I found another second as we found even more lap time on this lap here with the purple sector 2. Verstappen now currently quickest out of anybody in the Red Bull. As we run up to the line, are we going to go P1? Yes we do, we set a 37.62, purple sectors at the end of the lap, and we go quickest of anybody, and we dethrone Verstappen. But not just then, we also went for another lap, and I'm going to let you guys listen to the audio in this one because this was an even better lap. And there we go at the final corner, nice bit of traction, nice and clean, and we improved by 3 tenths of a second to a 137.2, and at that point, you can see on the minimap, we had a lot of traffic around us, so I decided to abort and give up. I maybe had one more lap in, in the tyres and also the fuel amount, but I decided to abort because we were stuck in traffic. Unfortunately for us, others did improve. Verstappen, Kvyat and Russell all set faster lap times, and we have to settle for 4th place on the grid. So in the end, what was going to be quite a decent qualifying in the end didn't go as planned, and I believe the track was drying, so I kind of miscalculated that one really. I went out a bit too early on my final run, and I didn't have enough fuel, so my bad in that regard. But the pace was good, the car did feel good, and I feel like we can do the job tomorrow in the race. race if we play our strategy right. In terms of the results though, Verstappen and Paul, Kvyat on the front row with him, with Russell in third. We come home P4, and then it's Perez and Leclerc on row 3 with Sainz and Raikkonen on row number 4. Good job from Kimi there in the Mercedes, but then Bottas and Hamilton running up the top 10 in terms of the top half of the table. And then elsewhere we've got Pierre Gasly in P11 with Antonio Giovinazzi in 12th. Then it's Magnussen and Hulkenberg, both Renaults on the 7th row, with Albon and Vettel in 15th and 16th. And then finally we have Norris, Grosjean, Stroll and Ricciardo as usual. Toro Rosso and Williams taking up the final spots on the grid. But that's it for qualifying here at Paul Ricard, and we're now going to move into the race for the French Grand Prix here for round 8 of the season. So let's jump into it, and fingers crossed we can try and turn this around. Right, here we are then on the grid for the French Grand Prix here at Paul Ricard, and the big news, the breaking news here for the race, Max Verstappen has a grid penalty and he starts way behind us. So Kvyat is on pole, Russell in second, and we start from third place with a massive opportunity here today to try and score some massive points for the team, and we are going to take full advantage of that in terms of our strategy by starting the race on the medium tyres and then going on to the softs later on. I might pit around lap 17, 18 give or take, so I've got to go very long on the first stint, but hopefully if we can do that, the second stint will pay dividends for us and we'll have a lot of pace. I'm not too fussed about winning today because Verstappen is behind us. I just want to beat him and hopefully get a 1-2 for the team preferably. And in terms of fuel, we are running 1 extra lap. No rain is expected here today, so let's jump into it and let's see if we can try and score some massive points for the Ferrari team here at the French Grand Prix. Right, here we go. Let's try and get off the line well as the 5 red lights are on. Lights out and away we go here at Paul Ricard. It's a good start from us. We try to cover the inside, but Leclerc gets past. He is on soft tyres, which explains his good start. Side by side to turn 1 with McLaren. I've got to try and leave some space as we get massively sideways on the exit. Sainz is going to try and get in front here. We're going to have to go very deep on the brakes. Go around the outside into here. Can we hold on? Yes, we do. We run it nice and wide to avoid Sainz going side by side with us as we have a horrific start, dropping 3 places down to P5 from P3, or make it 2 now. Obviously we got past Sainz. Looks like Kvyat has still held on to his lead. Leclerc on the soft tyres up to 3rd place in the Haas, so he's going to be the man to beat, of course, on those tyres. He's going to be very fast. Let's see if we can get ourselves onto the back of Perez though and try and recover after that initial poor start and see if we can make some recovery and make some progress. So head down, we're going to push and try and hunt these guys down. I don't have any pace at the moment. I am struggling for pace. Russell and Leclerc battling for P2, which is giving Kvyat a chance to try and break away, but in terms of our race, I don't have the rhythm to match the top 4 at the moment. I really don't. We're a full second off the pace. Leclerc just did a 29.1. I did a 30.1, so we're a long way off the pace at the minute. I'm going to run it in a hot lap for most of this lap to try and make some progress and try and get away from the cars behind. Sainz will have DRS now, so we've got to try and open up a gap. Okay, that's a better lap from us. Personal best, half a second off, and that was a much more on the money lap than we have done so far in this race, but still we need to find more rhythm if we can. Let's see if I can find that this lap and try and improve again. We are starting to slowly drop Sainz. If I can just get him out of the DRS range, I'll feel a lot more comfortable. Okay, Hamilton with car issues. Kvyat is starting to open up a gap out in front now. He's getting away from the battles. I've adjusted my brake bars to 58 because I was locking up the rears and that wasn't helping me. Leclerc now under pressure, and these 3 are slowly starting to come back towards us now, so looks like we're not out of this race just yet, and the Ferrari's starting to come alive a little bit and it's starting to find its rhythm. Sainz is pretty close here, he may have a chance. With DRS he's gaining. I'm going to try and stick to my line and hope he doesn't commit, and he doesn't. I have run it in the very wide on the brakes though. That's going to put me on the back foot massively out of here. Sainz has got me flustered, he's got me all over the place. I need to try and hold on. Luckily there's no DRS here. We have had a good exit though, and looks like we are going to get away with it. A bit of a poor night from us though. We've dropped off the pace a little bit and a bit scruffy all around from me really. Let's try and focus and get back up to these 3. Gap is 9/10. Trying to get DRS is so complicated, especially when the cars in front have it, but we have managed to do it. We've got ourselves into DRS range. That's going to help us out massively on this straight in terms of cutting the gap. There we go. And these 2 are still battling, or these 3 should I say. Kvyat now starting to pull away, which is perfect for us. Let's try and close this gap now and really get it down and get into that DRS permanently. Oh, okay, Leclerc pits, so he's done with those soft tyres. I think he may go for a set of hards. That's a long way to go on mediums. So we're now up to P4 in this race. Let's continue on. Perez makes the move on Russell for P2. Very easy move. No real time lost, unfortunately for us, so the gap kind of stays the same. I really don't have rhythm though in this race, so I'm really struggling. If I finish second, I'd be more than happy. These two are battling very heavily now. I can definitely see myself making a move and pulling away. Oh no, damn it. Out of all the cars and all the races, this wasn't the one. Luckily he's got a bit of a lead, but hopefully it doesn't affect us too badly and he can get his car fixed soon. In the meantime, we're going to try and see if we can make something happen here between these guys. We are now saving a bit of fuel. That's what I've been trying to do the last couple of laps. 355 Ks, we're gaining here into the chicane. Perez goes defensive. We're going to look around the outside, but no way through. Didn't quite get the line right. Sainz trying to go around the outside there, but we blocked him off nicely. These battles need to continue, that way Kvyat won't lose much time. We just need to hope his car gets fixed very soon. Okay, then Russell stuck behind Kvyat. This is it. Let's see how this goes in terms of overtaking a slower car. We're just going to sit back and watch. We're probably going to get Kvyat on the back straight. Russell makes the move even before turn 1, which was not what I was hoping for. I thought we'd lose a bit of time, because suddenly now Russell's got the advantage and he's pulling away. Here goes Perez on my teammate. This ain't going to end well. Just got to be careful and be patient. I don't want to lose my wing, not now. There we go, keep it nice and tidy. Keep the line tight. Right, here we go then. Let's get this double overtake done and dusted. Use the slipstream of my own teammate. Go to the outside. Come on, let's get Perez around the outside here on the brakes. Nicely done. A little bit hot on the brakes, but that's okay. We managed to put it back. And now we've got to hunt down Russell. So we're not done yet. Perez is going to follow me in the slipstream. He's got a lot of momentum. We know how fast the racing point is, but I'm going to commit to staying on the racing line. I'm hoping he doesn't stick his nose in. We've got to try and get that DRS gap to Russell back under control. He's really making a run for this. Russell's pace is good, but I'm trying to hunt him down. I'm a little bit quicker, but not a lot. Matching my personal best. I've also dropped Perez out of DRS range now, so he's 1.2 behind. So we've left him behind. But Russell's really got his engine turned up and he's going for this massively. I'm giving it absolutely everything I've got. I've got nothing left in the tank, so unless Russell slows down, we don't have the pace to match him at the minute. I'm at absolute full pace. Purple sector 1. Personal best sector 2 gap down to 1.3. We're not making much progress. Russell's hanging on here, and I'm about to run out of fuel and ERS, so I need to try and make it very soon. Right, personal best incoming. Pace is strong, but the gap is still 1.5. Russell has just got so much pace. I can't catch him. I've had to refrain from using a lot more engine mode. Fuel, I want to keep the little bit that I've got just in case, and ERS is about to run out, so it is what it is. Russell's faster. Okay, cars pit in, including Max Verstappen, I've just seen. That means Russell might pit this lap. Gap up to 1.9, I just can't match that pace. Lance Stroll out of the Grand Prix in the Williams. If that's a VSC, that's going to be bad news for us. Luckily there isn't, but at the minute I can't match Russell. Having said that, if Russell pits for hard tyres this lap, we're going for the soft tyres. I may have a chance to later on in the race to get him, but for now, it's going to stay this way. Russell pits, there we go. So I'm now going to take the race lead and be out in front by myself. Russell going for the hard tyres, as does Bottas as well. So hopefully the soft tyre strategy pays off, because that's what I'm banking on to try and turn this race around for us. Russell is just flying. He's complete, just alien pace. I can't touch him, even on the fresh hard tyres. I know they're fresh, but they are still hard tyres, which are not that fast, but he's just absolutely flying around here. Okay, it seems like Russell's honeymoon period is over on those tyres. It seems to be slowing down a little bit, and the gap's gone back up to 17 seconds, which is good. We're going to box a lap earlier, so we're going to box on lap 17 to give myself a chance to try and catch him. I'm also trying to save fuel. Reason being is because I want to have a lap where I can go for the purple lap and an extra point. Gap to Russell, 17.4. That's good. We've definitely improved a little bit in the last couple of laps, and Russell's definitely lost some pace, but also Verstappen now. He's battling with Perez, I believe, for P3, so that's the net third place on hard tyres. Kvyat still hasn't recovered, so his car is still in trouble. and I think he's right towards the back, so it's all on us to try and pull something out the bag.
Go now.
We'll take that, 2 seconds, 0.010, that's not too bad. We are going to rejoin in second place, as here comes George Russell, already across the start-finish. But my target is to get the +1 point, and also hunt him down and get that win.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. Receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
We've only just rejoined in front of Perez. I was pretty close, but we are still in front, and crucially, he's not within my DRS. So let's hunt down George Russell and try and win this race. He's not as far away as I thought he would be, so we've got all the chances to win this as we pick up our first corner cut warning of the race. Good lap from us. I didn't exactly burn up all my fuel and battery, but we do set 27.6, and that's good enough. Gap down to 3.1. This pace is good, and I've still got plenty of tyres left. A better lap from us. We improved slightly in the final sector. Another personal best into the 0.5s. We should be within Russell's DRS this lap. There we go, we've got DRS. This is going to help us now really close the gap quite easily. I'm going to try and focus on saving a bit of DRS and fuel so that I can overtake, and not just overtake him, but drop him. Right then, let's get this moved on. I've saved up enough. Let's get this done straight away and take the lead of the race. Verstappen's P3, so we need all the points we can get now to extend our lead in the championship. Nice bit of slipstream. Easy move around the outside, way before the brake zone. And we're going to open up the line to set ourselves up for a nice clean exit. Where I'm going to go flat out in this final sector, give it everything I can to open up a 1 second gap to George Russell as we set a purple sector 2. There we go, gap is 1 second, 1.1 to be exact. I think we've done enough. Don't think Russell has DRS from what I can tell by looking in the mirror, so job done. Now let's keep the gap there for the last few laps. Right, gap is now 2.5, we should be okay. Just got to cruise to the finish now, no mistakes, and hope the soft tyres hold on. Here we go then, through the long right for the final time. Russell's picking up his pace, but it's not going to be enough. I've responded myself just to keep him at bay. It's been a really good race. I didn't think I had the pace, multiple times. I thought we were struggling, and I actually thought this was Kvyat's race to win, to be honest with you. But in the end, we managed to pull through. And like good world champions do, you find a way, and we've won the last 3, and we're now going to make it 4 wins in a row as we win the French Grand Prix. Grazie ragazzi, grande gara.
Nice work, that's P1. Race win, well done.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again.
Right, so looking at the final race results then here for the French Grand Prix, it's 4 wins in a row for us in this career mode, and also a +1 for the extra point for the fastest lap. Red Bull though get a 2nd and 3rd place podium, with Verstappen recovering to 3rd place from P10 on the grid. Perez in 4th for Racing Point ahead of Carlos Sainz and Valtteri Bottas in the improved McLaren. Kimi Räikkönen P7 in the improved Mercedes ahead of Sebastian Vettel, Charles Leclerc and Nico Hülkenberg. Charles Leclerc the only driver on a 2-stop strategy here today. And then missing out on the points we have Lewis Hamilton, Kevin Magnussen, Giovinazzi, Grosjean, Ricciardo, Albon, Gasly, Norris, and Kvyat is the last classified driver. His car issues didn't actually get fixed. He had them the whole race, and that's why he finished so far away in P19. And Lance Stroll, the only retirement here today in the Williams. But in terms of the standings after that race, we are now 21 points clear of Max Verstappen going into the next race at Austria, I believe. And George Russell overtakes Kvyat for 3rd place. I'm not entirely surprised. Kvyat hasn't been as good this season as he was last season, and he seems to be slacking a little bit. But other than that, in terms of results elsewhere, Sainz overtakes Hamilton, and Vettel and Bottas overtake Leclerc and Gasly. And in terms of the constructors, we are 11 points clear of Red Bull, and the gap gets reduced a little bit in this race, but still we have a small cushion that we can work with going into the next couple of races. But for now, guys, that is going to be it for this episode of Career Mode here today for the French Grand Prix, and I'll see you guys in the next one very soon for the Austrian Grand Prix. But if you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like, I'd greatly appreciate it, and it helps me out massively. And also subscribe if you are new, guys, for daily Formula 1 content on this channel, and also turn notifications, little bell icon next to the subscription button, so don't miss out on any uploads I may make, because I do get comments all the time saying you guys miss my uploads. And also finally check out these 2 videos on your screen if you have missed them. But that's it, guys, from me here today at Paul Ricard, and I'll see you in the next one very soon at the Red Bull Ring. But until then, it's goodbye from me.